So last time when we were playing, Penelope and Anise went to Paris. They went shopping. They found some clothes. That was fun. Um, it's the day before the event happens, although it's like a day and a half due to the weird midnight thing. Um, After looking around all day, Penelope's manager said that he found a place that you could drop by to check out for possible arcane stuff, an area that's not run by the clock tower, but it apparently is on good terms. So that's nice. It's actually above the cafe where Penelope is set to meet Arsene Lupin the Seventh in the early evening prior to the midnight event. So that'll be tomorrow. So after you spent the day looking around, going shopping, what have you, Penelope decided to go for a walk and see what Paris nightlife is like, and proceeded to find our good buddies from the train who were in the process of kidnapping a halfling.
As
After,
you do.
yeah, as apparently they do. Uh, you messaged back to Annis. You followed. The two of you met up. You kind of ambushed them as they were ambushing the halfling in a back alley near a parking lot. It was very dimly lit. Uh, so you sort of snuck in there to take care of the problem. Hemlock flew up there and started singing that song that got everybody's attention. Um, Unfortunately, there were actually more guys in that back alley than you realized, so a bit of a scuffle began. Annis took a potion and got all beefy, and Penelope turned invisible so that she could sneak in and maybe just extract the halfling. In the process of that, one of them started firing gunshots, which got the attention of apparently a monk who happened to be nearby, who flipped in and introduced himself as a hero of justice. Pretty hammy, but in the process, the three of you, four with Hemlock, managed to subdue most of the enemies. Um, Once again, Penelope managed to charm the guy whose main gimmick is charming people into being her ultimate fan. And said guy proceeded to betray all of his teammates in pursuit of an autograph in the favor of his idol, as you do.
Valid.
And about the time the siren started going off, you three grabbed the halfling and ran away. Um, Once you got outside of the alley, you found a limousine waiting nearby with a very tired looking man who was clearly uh, at the mercy of, we're just going to call him Derek, regardless of how he spells it. Derek, the hero of justice. And you asked for a ride, and so he was like, sure, hop on in. And so all of you piled into the back of the limo and rolled away before the cops got there, with the last moments being Penelope shooting the double birds at her biggest fan, and breaking his heart right there on the moment. I think I captured most of the highlights of that. Just to give a general timeline reminder, it's nighttime on the night prior to the full day before the Lupin event happens. The Lupin event is set to begin at the following midnight, so you've got like 26 or so hours now before that happens. During which time you've got a meeting with Lupin, and presumably you can check out the occult place, get your clothes that you put in the special order for yesterday, and do whatever else you want to.
Cool. All right.
Hurrah! So, does anyone have any questions or need any updates on anything, or should we hop right in?
I'm good.
Cool.
I shrugged and then remembered this is an audio medium.
I mean, that's part of the fun. Like, playing in person makes that a little bit easier. Um, why does Annis have a star?
Inspiration, I think.
Oh, that's cute.
She is a star.
Well, she is a star. I just didn't realize that it actually puts a star on your icon when you're a star.
Mm-hmm. Clearly.
Cute. I don't know. They've also updated Fantasy Grounds several times since we last used it, so there's probably surprises
Yeah.
for everyone. So yeah, in that case, we can go ahead and resume. Right now, you are in a limousine with a hero of justice, a scared halfling, um, a driver in the front, and the two of you and your bird.
Caw.
Is Hemlock visible, by the way, or is Hemlock back to being invisible?
He's probably invisible.
Okay.
Still, him. I can't decide if I want him to be flying outside the limousine or if he got in with me and he's in my lap. Because he'd be visible if he was in
I guess that's up to you.
the image. It's very cute.
That is really cute.
I'm gonna say he made it into the limo and turned back to not being invisible.
Oh.
Kind of settles in my lap like a weird cat.
Oh.
Bird.
Like a weird cat bird wearing a mask.
Yep.
Oh my god.
That's adorable.
That is precious.
Okay. Then yeah, so sitting in the back, we've got essentially the three of you side by side, and then on opposite side of the limo, you've got Master Derek, who is not at all subtly just looking at Anise with total awe. Anise, who, by the way, presently has a higher strength than most human beings. And as far as he has seen, picked up and threw a guy like it was nothing and had a bullet go by her head without even flinching. So.
I mean, that's valid.
I forgot I picked up what's his face and threw him at. That was a good moment.
Motherfucker, another motherfucker.
You learned that move from a tree.
I did.
Oh no. I pictured that phrase where it's like, alright, awkward pause.
Hey, if neither of you are saying anything, then I can certainly let the NPCs go. I just don't want to talk over you since I can't see you and pick up on nonverbal.
Right.
Yeah. Oh.
So, is the address to our hotel? I just kind of tell the driver, the poor, tired-looking driver, how to get to our hotel, I guess, back to.
Very good. Would you like to go there directly, or would you like me to take a longer route?
I think we scared them into not following us, so direct route probably be good.
Very good. We'll do.
So much.
You're only like 5 blocks away, so it's not going to be too long of a ride. Like, you did walk here.
That's true.
So, cool. Although this does mean you get to sit in traffic a little bit, so.
Getting away from the scene of the crime.
Understandable. Yeah. At this point, Penelope, you didn't really get a good chance to look at the halfling before. So I'm going to give you an actual description now. So, he looks, he's got red hair. He's probably not too old. Like, halflings age at different rates than, normal people, but he looks like he's maybe about your age, maybe a little bit older. He's wearing an outfit that doesn't fit in with the present at all. Like, he looks kind of Middle-earthy. Which is probably how these losers were able to spot him in a crowd. Like, he is wearing, like, a cloak and a tunic. He's got some baggy pants, leather boots. Like, he looks like he almost escaped from a Ren fair or something. He's very out of place. He is 3.5 feet tall, which means, as noted, shorter than you. As is the nature of most halflings, you are quite tall for your people. And right now, he looks really nervous. He's just cautiously looking around between all of you, stares at the bird for a second, and then goes back to staring at the superhero guy, and then back to the two of you. Now he's at a car. He seems a bit uncomfortable.
Anise is just petting Hemlock like a cat. Feeding him little berries, nuts, and things.
She's gonna look at the other halfling and be like, alright, so what's your deal? Who are you? Why are you here in the middle of the city looking like an extra from the Lord of the Rings?
Are you asking this in English?
Yes.
Okay, he's gonna reply to you in Halfling first.
Shit. I forgot. That is the language.
It's true. You have it.
Okay, back up. Back up. I said that in halfling.
Okay. I think last time when we were playing, you forgot that you did have a shared language.
Yeah. It's like, French? Yeah, we can speak French. Not English. Yeah, no. You know, that. Never mind the fact that they both speak halfling.
I mean, it's less common for you, admittedly. You don't use it very often outside of visiting family.
For fact.
Okay, so you asked that in Halfling.
Yeah.
Okay. He's gonna sort of pipe back up to that. Well, actually, I was just here to give back a. Okay, so my family has got a farm not too far out from here, off in the country of Paris, and we had this stranger drop by. Apparently, he was traveling through the area. One of those mage types, real ritzy, fuddy-duddy, wealthy-looking guy. And apparently he was trying to teleport and missed. And the way he explained it, he wouldn't be able to do it again for a while, so we let him stay at our place for a little bit. He was a bit rude, but, you know, hospitality. So anyway, he then left the next day after he got a good night's sleep, but he forgot his coat. And, well, we don't really want to contribute to the myth that our people are thieves, and he seemed like the kind of guy who would take offense. So I decided I would try to find him. So I went through his pockets. It's not my business, but I think he'd understand. And I found this invitation and decided he's probably going to that. And he pulls out a Lupin invitation.
Oh no.
So Paris isn't that far from the farm, so I decided to just head in, give him his coat back, and then head back home. But when I got here, people were looking at me funny. I don't really go to Paris ever. We try to keep subtle. And like to credit, you remember from traveling around during your prior to being Penelope the Diva days, small halfling farms are places where you would stay when you needed somewhere a little more stable for a while. And you've never been to this one, but you've been to ones like it. And this does kind of check out. Like a lot of the time, they're just phantasmal species trying to lay low who might put on an illusion for the duration of a mailman visiting, but otherwise live their lives pretty free and open.
Right.
And based on your knowledge of arcane spells, which as a bard you are familiar with, if someone tries to teleport, they can miss. And if they were aiming for Paris, they could end up anywhere within hundreds of miles of Paris. And it's quite possible if they were aiming for a supernatural thing in Paris, they'd end up in a different place with supernatural stuff. So this sounds believable. Or at least it's a feasible story. Whether or not you believe it is up to you. But that's what he's saying. Go for it. It seems legit.
Yeah.
Like, he's not avoiding eye contact. He's not fidgeting any more than he was prior to talking to you. Like, he just seems to be a little nervous. You're kind of getting the impression he might not have been in a car before. His clothing would sort of back that up, too. Like, he seems to be pretty far removed from the modern world.
Yeah.
If I'm being honest, I'd really rather not run into him. He was pretty rude. But I want to make sure he gets his coat back.
Do you mind if I see that invitation?
Oh, by all means. Yeah, he hands it to you.
It's the Lupin.
Yeah.
Version, right?
Yeah, when you hold it up, like, you get the little pop out effect and everything like before. It doesn't have a name on it. It just has the destination.
Well, I mean, we're actually heading to this party tomorrow. If you didn't want to run into him again, I could try and see if I could get it back to him. Do you remember what he looked like, or?
Yeah, he nods. He looked about like this, and then you see him sort of doing a small arcane gesture, and he makes a very very small illusion, like an R2D2 projecting Princess Leia size one, a really small one of a a guy who looks kind of snooty. Um, but yeah, you can tell from it. It looks like a clock tower mage. He's got a nice suit that has a coat that presumably matches the one that is being returned to him. He's got glasses. He's in the illusion. He's got this old chain pocket watch that he's spinning around while he's talking with his nose in the air. In terms of like appearance for himself, like he's a Caucasian guy. He's got shorter brown hair. He looks like he might be in his 20s, like he's maybe an early in his career mage who's not very far along yet.
Did you happen to get his name?
I believe he said that his name was Richard. Wow, I used the entirely wrong voice. I believe he said that his name was. I'm reading the name and jumping ahead to other voices. Um, yeah, I think his name was Richard. He didn't give us a last name. He acted like it was kind enough that he gave us that.
Sounds pleasant.
It sounds about like the clock tower types in my experience.
Yeah.
You give them hospitality and they'll take it, but they'll take it.
Oh God, I am so sorry. What's your name? We literally just kidnapped you.
You kidnapped me? Oh no.
I mean, not literally.
You're speaking halfly.
Yeah.
I can't understand the
I'm
word.
just like gesturing towards you, like, yeah, no, we just.
I heard the name Richard, and that's about it.
You heard the name Richard and you saw a minor illusion of a stuffy looking clock tower guy with glasses.
And the invitation, the Lupin invitation.
And the Lupin invitation, yeah. You've just been watching this transpire. Oh, my name is Perrin Wellwisher.
Sorry, brain fart. Oh, well, it's nice to meet you. My name is Penelope. And this is my friend Anise, and I point to Anise. I don't know who that guy is, but he beat some people up in an alley. So.
Are you pointing at him?
Yeah.
He instantly strikes the hero pose.
Good for.
Like a Captain Falcon style one with his like two fingers up on his head like it's a salute with a hand on the side and everything, yeah.
God, I want to bully this guy so bad. But I mean, yeah. Hold up. Do you speak English, right?
A little, mostly halfling and French have gotten by, but I know some English. You have to when you're interacting with the clock tower people.
Okay, cool. At some point, we'll probably want to stop speaking in halfling so that we're not actually making everybody else feel out of the loop. But
as long as they're good people, have understandably had a very awkward first hour in the city.
I mean, that's true. Yeah, no, they're good people. It's fine. Or at least this one is, and I'm pointing at Annis again.
Is that a real bird?
Yep.
Can I feed it?
Let me see. Hey, Annis, can he feed the bird? That was in English.
Don't see why not. What's he going to feed the bird?
Hold on, let me find out. What do you want to feed the bird?
He's gonna reach into his bag. He's gonna pull out the coat, which does match the one that you saw before.
Right.
And then he's gonna dig under there, and he's gonna pull out a little bit of. It looks like it's been wrapped in wax paper, but he peels it out, and it looks like it's dried meat, like a bit of jerky.
Does that look okay?
Hemlock? Does that look okay?
The bird stares at you, from behind its mask, and then it leans over to see if it's allowed, like it's checking. See if it's okay to just take a bite of it.
You could go for it, Hemlock. It's fine.
Does not wait for confirmation. Chomp chomp. Yeah, he leans in and he starts chewing on it. It doesn't seem to be affecting him in any negative way. He's just enjoying it. Like it's a new food. The world of new food.
Yay, new.
You do notice like some visible stress leaving him. Almost like seeing an animal vouch for you helps too.
Mind you, I wouldn't go around feeding meat like that to regular birds. This one is special. He'll eat just about anything. Can't understand a word that I'm saying.
Are you saying it in English?
Yeah, it's in English.
Okay, he nods.
In Halfling, I'm gonna be like, yeah, definitely don't feed regular birds that. This bird ate a whole baguette earlier. Maybe even, I think even a crepe. He ate a lot of food earlier.
He doesn't strike me as a normal bird. I haven't seen a crow like him before, but I also don't see them wear masks very often.
I mean, he's not quite a normal bird.
Well, I'll trust that the two of you know how to take care of your friend.
Yeah. I mean, I don't really, but yeah.
So as all of this is going on, he's still holding that pose. Like Derek is still holding the pose, but he's clearly like trying to sneak glimpses at Anise. Like you don't need to roll a perception to notice that he's not being that subtle. It's not like a creeper glare so much as like, oh my god, you're amazing glare, almost fanboyish.
Does he look affected at all by the bird, or does he even pay attention to the bird at all?
He is paying attention to the strong lady holding the bird.
That's fair. Trying to think. Oh yeah, Anise would have heard the extremely tired guy call him Master Derek. So.
Yeah, you both heard that.
Are you done with your conversation? So, you're speaking halfling, I presume.
Oh yeah, that's halfling. Sorry, might be.
Am I to interpret that clock tower looking mage gave him that Lupin invitation, and he's here on his behalf, or?
Okay, so no, not quite. And then I just explained the situation as it was explained. Yeah, he just kind of showed up on his farm and left his coat behind, like, a dumbass. And then, and now he wants to return it, but he doesn't exactly want to run into this guy again because he, was a pompous asshole.
They tend to be. Right. Suppose we need to figure out how to get this, halfling safely out of the city. Suppose we can return this coat to his maid.
Oh, the guy's gonna have a hard time getting into the party if he doesn't have his invitation.
That is true.
Oh, that's gonna suck for him.
Well, if he wasn't a clock tower mage, I would say we could try and find him and return the coat. I feel like Anise has had run-ins with the clock tower mages before, right?
You've done work with them. I mean, technically, you're like the people that pay you the most are generally them. Like you work out of London.
That's true. Yeah.
Technically, the people that funded you in the first place on the Edelfelts are at least affiliated with the clock tower, even if they don't hold rank there.
Mm-hmm. They're well, I mean, the clock tower mages. Most of them are fine, but some of them, anyway. Maybe we should try and find this guy. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
And then replying to you both in English, he being the halfling, Perrin is going to say, I was assuming that he'd be stuck outside wherever this was, and it could just be handed off there. I
That
suppose
is
he
a
might
fair-
not know how to get there, but that's all we can do.
Hmm. That is a very fair point. Oh, this is Perrin, by the way. I I should probably actually introduce people.
Nice to meet you, Perrin. Suppose we'll do our best to get you safely back out of the city and back to wherever it is that you came from.
I would appreciate that. This isn't really my speed.
I mean, you can come to the party with us if you want. You technically have an invitation.
That doesn't really feel right by me. I don't know. I get the impression that whoever this Richard guy is, something of his was taken, and I'd feel bad taking something else. He's already lost his coat.
Ah, that's fair.
Plus, I don't really need for much of anything. We make a good, honest life for ourselves out on the farm.
I suppose we have an extra invitation. Could be handy
Yeah. Or we could just give it back to the guy.
if we see him.
Well, hopefully we'll run across him. We can give him his coat back. And if he's nice to us, we'll give him his invitation. If he's a butt, then...
I mean, if he's anything like most clock tower mages.
Okay, at this point, both of you can roll perception.
Oh yeah, roll!
The dice game.
Oh, what? We're rolling?
Okay, you both notice that you've actually been doing laps around your building for a little bit now. Like he hasn't actually stopped because presumably he's waiting for a break in conversation. Because again, you were only 5 blocks away, so.
Yeah. I am so sorry about this. Thank you so much for returning us to our hotel and doing laps around it.
Oh, it's really no bother. Of course, as it happens, this is the hotel that we're staying in as well. So
Oh.
it was a bit easier to find. We can valet the car when we arrive properly, but wanted to give you a chance to resolve that conversation. And
We could always just keep this going inside.
True.
That way you don't waste gas.
So this hotel, we chose it because it's pretty close to where all the Lupin shenanigans are happening, right? Or did we just kind of pick it?
Good question. I don't know that we picked it.
Penelope had her manager coordinate with the Lupin people because the Lupin people were paying for it. So technically they picked it.
So it's not a gigantic leap of logic to think that a lot of people with the Lupin invitations are staying in this hotel.
It's a reasonable place for that to be, yeah. It's not far away from either the cafe where you know you're going to meet him or, like, you don't actually know where the event is because there wasn't a location on that invitation. It was just an invitation.
Ah, interesting.
Which also explains why Perrin wasn't entirely sure this Richard guy is going to find his way there without it.
Fair.
Okay.
So I will finally turn and actually look straight at Derek. Your name is Derek, right? I heard that correctly?
He's sort of like frozen for a second and he goes, "My name is Derek Jonas." Yes, it's Derek.
Right.
Yes,
Okay.
it's my parents call me Derek Jones. But I am Derek Jonas. Half-elf monk. Badass.
Oh. Good. Nice to run across another half elf. Doesn't happen as often as you'd think. May I just call you Derek?
I would be so honored.
You seem to be American, judging by your accent.
That's right. I am from the northeast of America. I believe some people would call it the upper state of New York.
So, can I assume that what brings you here to Paris is this Lupin party that is happening?
I'm here to bring him to justice. He's a renowned criminal for generations, and also he took something from my lair and I want it back.
Ah, fascinating. Well, we will certainly be seeing you at the party. Thank you again, and I'll address the driver guy too. Thank you again for helping us back there and giving us a ride. It was very nice of you. You didn't have to.
We
Okay.
the guy is sort of about to say something, and then Derek sort of pipes in again before he can actually get the words out. We are happy to help another hero of justice. You were doing good work back there. You saved this wonderful man from a terrible fate. I have much to learn from you. Would you like to go on patrol again sometime?
That cough was accidental, but I'm going to say that happened in canon.
Oh, yes. Well, we will certainly be seeing you at the party. I will keep an eye out for you, and we're in the same room, right? We didn't book 2 rooms. I forget.
We're in that suite. Where
Yeah,
it's
you're
like
in a suite.
waiting rooms.
And hang on, I gotta decide something.
Oh no.
Oh, good.
And if you're so
Oh,
inclined, you'll be able to find us at room 401. Bye. And she just jumps out of the car.
Anise? What the fuck was that?
Is Penelope still in the car?
Yes!
He's going to lean over to Penelope and he's going to say, I'm on the top floor. Let her know
Okay.
that.
Okay. Well, thank you for your help. Perrin, you should come with me.
I assumed we were. Oh, that was a burp.
The car wasn't moving. You didn't just like tuck and roll into traffic or anything. Don't worry.
I figured we had parked.
Yeah. Like once you gave him the signal that you could go in, he actually just pulled in to properly. Like he's in like the front area in front of the main entrance, but not actually parked yet. So you just sort of hopped out in the loading and unloading area.
Oh wait, hold on. So rewind. If you're so inclined, you can find us in room 401. Okay, bye. But she like winks when she says 401, and then she oh.
Okay.
My response of Anise, what the fuck? What? It still stands.
I assumed we were going to bring the halfling.
Yeah.
Yeah, Perrin is perfectly happy to follow you since he's never met a superhero before, but he's had a long day with the tall people, so you know.
Derek is gonna be so upset. Not upset. Disappointed when the strength potion wears off and she goes back to being normal.
Yeah, but that's 55 minutes from now.
Yeah, Perrin, come up with me. I'll make sure you get back to where you need to be.
It was very nice meeting you, Mr. Jones. And then he hops out with you as well.
If Anise wasn't kind of inept with technology, she probably would have like given him her phone number or something. But she's inept with technology. She has a phone.
She's had a phone for like a week and a half.
Yeah.
She figured out what IDK means.
She doesn't know what a booty call is, though.
The thing's not quite processed. Okay, so should I assume that the three of you are heading upstairs?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You make it through the lobby without issue.
Yay.
And back to your suite. Just confirming, you are in 401, right?
I made that up randomly, but sure.
I'm just making sure you weren't lying to him. Yeah.
Oh no, I gave him the actual room number.
Okay. That is the important part. Okay.
I'll be like face palming the whole time. It's like, all right, when they walk in the door, she's gonna be like, Jameson.
Oh, yes. Welcome back. How was your walk? Oh, you found a friend.
Yeah, this is Perrin. Perrin, this is Jameson. He's trustworthy.
It's very nice to meet you. Would any of you like drinks? I could get some.
Yes, please.
Bubbly or other?
Surprise me.
Could go for some wine. Well, yes, some wine.
Very good then. I'll be right back. And he is taking advantage of the fact that this room is on the Lupin account.
How the alcohol will interact with the, and I just gesture the muscles, the potion.
Okay, but Annis, lean over. I need to touch the muscles.
And I just kind of let her.
She grabs
Touch the
Annis'
muscle.
bicep.
It's big. And your hands are small.
The big bicep,
Wait.
and I have wee hands.
Hang on, hold
Wait.
on tight.
Okay.
And I just
She's
like
grabbing
lift her up and put her down and lift her up and put her down.
Oh my god.
Yeah, you don't have to roll for that. She is well within your carry capacity.
I've got to make more of these when I get back to the castle.
Holy shit, yeah. This is great. Ah.
I made one on a whim.
Hold up, Perrin, you do this too. Pick up Perrin.
I pick up Perrin.
Pretty easily. He's even lighter than Penelope. This is a different experience. Is this how the city usually is?
No. Definitely not.
Your
I mean,
friend is
maybe
very
sometimes.
strong.
It's not going to be like that for much longer.
Yeah, that is fully a potion right there.
Nonetheless, that's respectable. I like to fancy myself as being a bit of a strong guy, but I've got nothing on that.
And I assume he's talking in English?
Yeah, he's in
Or-
English now that he's not afraid of you, he's just speaking in English.
Kind of heavily accented, maybe like it accidentally uses some French words occasionally.
Yeah, like since I can't really approximate it for real, he's speaking a more rural dialect of French accent.
Oui, oui.
Annis is struggling, but can make out what he's saying, kind of.
Yeah, it's not like incredibly thick French accent. Like it's not or any of that. It's just
Yeah.
like it's clearly still English. It's just taking him a little longer to articulate words. 'Cause, like he never uses English, so he's reaching for things, and occasionally he says things that aren't quite right, but you can pretty easily tell from context what he's trying to say.
I feel like Annis has like passing French. Like she could order in a restaurant or ask where a train station or a bathroom is. Stuff like that.
Right. Like it's the luxuries of being in Europe and being able to travel from time to time.
Mm-hmm.
And also, as someone who, again, has had to do some work with Clock Tower people, the Clock Tower is in London, but the mages who go to it are from all over the world, and you pretty much have to know at least some of the basics of communicating with people with thick accents.
Mm-hmm.
So you can manage it without much trouble.
I wonder if druids get...
Easy.
What was that?
Oh, sorry. That was me wondering something to myself.
Ah. Okay, so after a moment, Jameson walks back in and sees you lifting the new halfling. Very good. So then he pulls out the bottle. He sets it down on the table because there is like a little table since you're in a suite. and there are plenty of glasses. So you are welcome to pour as much as you wish.
All right. Penelope pours like a little bit in her glass and pours a little bit for Perrin and starts pouring for Anise. Tell me when.
Stop. I only want a little. I don't know how it's going to interact with the potion.
Valid. Okay, Jameson, how much do you want? Pouring.
That's good. That's good.
Okay.
It's not a whole lot. He's mostly just sort of impressed that you keep finding new friends.
I mean, it happens.
You're just that popular.
All right, a toast to not getting kidnapped by the harvesters.
Toast to us totally destroying the harvesters.
A toast to Anise being completely swole.
Clink.
Jameson is just staring on in horror at these lines, but clinks it anyway. Right, well, I'm glad you made it back.
Thanks.
Do we need to have a buddy policy for when you travel now? Should I just go with you?
I don't know.
Because I've let you out of my sight twice in 3 weeks, and both times you've encountered harvesters.
In my defense, yeah, that might be a good. I don't know. I don't know why they keep showing up.
Are you going to be okay at your party?
Huh?
Are you going to be okay at your party tomorrow?
I mean, I certainly hope so. I
can't imagine the harvesters are going to show up there. They'd be vastly outnumbered.
But also, if we could just ask Mr. Lupin, like, hey, can you make sure I have some bonus security or something?
I suppose you will be meeting with him tomorrow, so you'll get the opportunity.
Yeah. It is weird how many, like, I mean, it hasn't been a ton of times, but it's weird how many times we've run into them in the last couple of weeks. I mean, like, I've had run-ins with them before, but, like, this is a little more frequent than it has been in the past.
But in both instances, we saved another phantasmal from them.
I mean, that's true. And we also completely just stomped Leopold's ass.
Yes, that was quite satisfying.
It really was.
Threw him at the other guy. I picked him up and threw him. That was.
See, you don't have to worry. Anise is here.
That's true. That's true. I'm
45 minutes. I've got these muscles. If you need me to do anything with these muscles in the next 45 minutes, I don't.
Oh, not really sure exactly what. He seems to sort of be at a loss.
Middle of the night in Paris, and
I don't believe there's a bodybuilding competition at the moment, but
it's all right. It's okay. I'm joking.
would you like someone to take a picture of them?
Good.
You seem to be worried about them going away.
They're the effect of a potion. So, and the potion only lasts for an hour. I'm enjoying them while I have them, I guess. Picked up a guy and threw him at a... Good. I hope those two leave the harvesters and turn their lives around and stop being bad.
I mean, I just need that one guy to actually buy my albums. It's fine.
Can you imagine how dangerous it is to have, like, the ability to buy things with your phone in a world with charm?
Oh my god.
Like, you could ruin a person.
Like, yeah, just go onto this website and yeah, there you go.
Just wire me your life savings over PayPal.
I mean, she did take what, like $200 from him.
You took some of his money. At this point in time, from Leopold alone, you've taken a mystic code for glasses. You've taken guns and then just given them to strangers.
Oh yeah, I probably left the gun in the limo. I probably didn't want to keep that. Oh no.
Well, there you go.
Oops. Oh. Oh.
Anise is going to like walk over to one of the not bar structure counters in the room and pull a bunch of sticks and things out of her backpack and start constructing a little nest for the bird.
Okay.
This is totally normal.
So, Perrin, when do you want to be back home?
Honestly, I'd be happy to get home as soon as I can, but I don't want to inconvenience anyone. It only took me a few days to get here. I can set out in the morning if you can take care of getting this to Mr. Richard.
I mean, yeah, I can do that. I don't know, Jameson, do you think there's any way we could get Perrin back to where he needs to be?
I'm sure we could get him a ride. Like you've certainly got the budget now.
True. Well, then, yeah, I'll take care of your ride home. It's fine.
Are you just gonna like get him a taxi or a
Yeah.
bus ticket or like
Yeah,
which
yeah.
means of transportation are you going to set him up with? Because he seems to be confused by all of it.
Let's pay for a taxi for him. That way, it's just like one person. They can go directly to where they need to go. He doesn't have to worry about transferring like bus stops.
Okay.
Yeah.
Doesn't have to worry about being caught by harvesters.
Presumably, yeah.
Taxi driver's a harvester. Ah. Oh yeah, we can totally do that. I think we can do that.
Well, in that case, I greatly appreciate it. Now,
Yeah.
if you'll excuse me, I think I'm going to go take a nap. It's been a very eventful hour.
I mean, you're not wrong. Yeah, go ahead and take a nap. You're good.
Okay. He's going to wander over to one of the many luxurious couches, since you're in a suite, and just sort of plop. Because, like, for him, a couch is like a bed. So, you know, when you're 3.5 feet long, you can cuddle up pretty much anywhere. So he takes out the coat that he's delivering with the invitation, and he sets it down on the chair for you, and then he curls up on the bed and goes to sleep. And by the bed, I mean the couch. Goes to sleep.
Oh, good grief.
So what are the rest of you doing?
Once she's done constructing the nest for Hemlock, I guess Anise will change into pajamas and go to sleep. Yeah. What time? It's like the middle of the night, right?
It's kind of late now. It's probably maybe 11. Because like Penelope went on her walk after dark, but before midnight.
Gotcha.
It was like an after dinner walk, and it hasn't been that long. Like you're still within muscle time, unless you want to skip ahead.
I don't see why I wouldn't.
Can you fit into your pajamas with the muscles?
Oh my god, I didn't think about that. Can I?
Yeah, like I mean, it's magical strength, so like you do look more muscular, but you're not like super crazy roided out.
Okay.
Like you just look really, really firm and fit.
Anise might be wearing a tank top instead of like her normal set of PJs.
She just flexes and the PJs just rip.
No.
No.
No, she puts on like a shirt, but then she accidentally flexes and the sleeves just like rip off.
Ever so slightly.
Oh well.
Oh no.
Yeah, I suppose she just kind of lays down, goes to sleep.
Wait, Anise, before you go to bed.
Yes.
So before I got out of the car, he told me that he was staying on the top floor. if that is relevant information to you, for capacity.
Noted.
You do with that information what you will. But
I just this long awkward pause, and it's like, all right.
alright, well, I'm gonna be up for just a little while longer, and yeah. Don't flex out of all of your pajamas.
Anise accidentally flexes again, and the sleeves rip a little more. Just like, oh, I suppose I can mend to that in the morning or something.
Oh. Man, if only Kwaku were here, he could have that fixed overnight.
Right, I know. Well, hopefully not while I'm wearing it.
True.
Off in Germany, Kwaku sneezes because we're in an anime.
Sucks they don't have cell phones up at the castle.
I mean, there is the castle phone.
Yeah. We just call it, hey, Kwaku!
I mean, we could call and check in on Quack.
We could. Oh my god. Let's do it.
Okay.
I'm joking.
I mean, we could.
We could. Alright. I'm gonna call Kwaku. I'm gonna see how he's doing.
From the
Okay.
hotel phone or your cell phone.
Cell phone.
Okay.
Alright. Dial the number for the castle. Do.
Okay. It rings a few times, and then eventually, hello.
Hi!
Einsburn residence, I think. Oh, hello. Of course, you would be the one calling. No one, I believe, else knows this number. How is Paris? Is
Good,
it
we got
is it
that.
full of romance and lights and possibly thievery?
No, it's
Do you have it on
Current-
speakerphone?
yes. No, it's currently full of us getting attacked by harvesters.
To
Great.
be fair, we attacked them.
Yeah, Anna's totally flexed and just threw one of them at another guy, and it was
Okay.
great.
I took a potion to. I'm still under the effects. I'm very strong. I picked up Leopold and just threw him directly at. What was the other guy's name?
Elias.
Elliot. Saw friends from the train.
The same ones are there,
Yeah.
and you hit one of them with the other one.
Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing. I mean, I hate that they were there, but I'm kind of glad that you made them closer.
Well, it's quite a good moment, actually. Yes. Yeah, they were trying to kidnap a halfling fellow, and we came to his rescue.
I'm sure he appreciates that. They're really bad at this.
They really are.
Ugh.
Like-
Twice now. It's very weird.
Like, I understand they thought I was some kind of giant spider monster and that needed to be taken out, but I don't know why they were attacking a halfling.
Maybe they thought he was just a slightly smaller spider monster.
I mean, I believe from the banter they had before, it sounded like they thought that maybe halflings are inherently lucky and they could make charms out of you. And that's pretty fucked
Really?
up, but
Ooh.
Forgot about that. Yes.
that does sound like something they would do. Is everyone okay?
Yes.
Everyone except for Anis's pajamas.
Yes. I'm afraid my muscles are just so big that I'm just flexing out of them.
She accidentally ripped her shirt, and I was like, "Oh man, it sucks. Kwaku's not here." And then I was like, "Oh no, we need to call Kwaku and be like, what up?"
Wait, what do you think I would do?
Your spiders can fix things.
Oh, yes, that we can do. That's true.
How is the golem coming?
It's coming along okay. It's appropriately short so far. Our friend Echo has been out. I believe she's been talking to that wolf person. So she's kind of been away long enough that I can make a lot of progress without her asking questions.
Good. How tall is he?
I currently have him planned for, let's see, I suppose if we were following American units, he's going to be about 3 feet and 11 inches per your specifications.
Perfect. Very important to me. Don't judge me, Anis. I see the face you're making.
Why inches, though? We use the metric system.
Don't worry about it.
Okay.
Don't worry about it. Sometimes you gotta have weird specifications, Annis.
Okay. Okay.
But anyway, how are you? How's life?
Oh, it's the same castle. It's interesting. I believe that there, at some point in the next few days, the other homunculi are going to come online and start cleaning the place up. So hopefully by the time you come back, it will be less destroyed by a giant tree.
Oh, hopefully.
Yeah.
That's progress.
Also, I've been working on that instrument you requested.
Yay!
So I can only spend so much time on this golem a day, so that's been a fun side project.
Heck yeah. I'm excited.
Speaking of golems, the big fellow, is he still wearing his straw hat?
It fell off, but oddly enough, he put it back on himself. I didn't have to tell him to do that. Did you
So
leave him
smart.
instructions to keep that on?
I did not. That he did that on his own.
Well, that's impressive.
That is pretty impressive. Have you done to that golem?
Simply gave him a hat,
Oh dear.
and I believe an apron. It's
Mm.
been a while, I don't remember.
Yeah, you gave him a hat and an apron. You were slowly turning him into essentially a farm golem.
But yeah. We just wanted to call and make sure everything was still okay.
Everything is going fine here. I trust that things will go well. I believe it's in about a day you get to go to the Lupin event. And again, I understand if you have trouble getting back my mother's kimono. I appreciate that you're trying, but
No, we're getting it back.
well, thank you. I just understand that also walking into one of the most notorious thieves' invitation carries some risk, so I appreciate it.
Well, he owes me for providing entertainment to his party, so maybe I can just get it without a fight.
Hopefully, that would be good. Like,
Oh man, I should have put that in my contract. Shit. Oh well. We'll figure it out. Don't worry, we got this.
I have every bit of faith in you.
Dang.
Yeah, it's like, you can just rip leaves off this. But she does, and it just like shreds, and she's like, top now.
What was that sound? Are you okay?
I'm still getting used to these muscles.
She just
It's gonna wear off in about half an hour.
she's doing a little DIY on her pajamas.
We've all been there. I understand.
Oh, oh gee.
I promise it won't be worse than the time I tried to get Raps to wear pajamas. The idea was to make him a little more subtle, but in general it was more traumatic than it was worth. But he seemed happy, so I didn't really fight with him on it.
Have a lot of questions.
That is understandable.
Alright. Well, tell Echo we said hello.
I will do so.
Make sure she goes to see Gunter at some point so that he doesn't just like waste away.
I will pass along your request. Also, Anise, I think you might be interested in knowing that she's been eyeing that potion that you made for her. She hasn't taken it yet, but I think she's considering it.
Yeah, make her take that.
And was that the one that would stop her aging, or was that the one that might reverse it?
At present, you've got one that you're so there's the one that's expected to stop her aging, and she took that one. I think you started putting together the ingredients that you needed for another one. If I'm remembering right. If I'm wrong, then we'll retcon this later. But
Right.
I want to say that you said that you worked on one and we rolled for it. I'll check the notes later just to make sure I'm not mixing up events.
Yeah, because you made one that was supposed to reverse the aging.
But I
and
wasn't
then-
sure it was gonna work.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what it was.
Yeah, I think you weren't sure if it was going to work, but you made it and you gave it to her and you left the choice up to her.
Yep, that was it.
Yeah.
Well, she's been aging it, or she's been eyeing it. I think she's considering it worthwhile and just waiting for at least some of her sisters to be online so that it's not entirely on her if it goes badly. But I suppose there's a chance that the next time you see her, she will look more like you would expect her to.
Cool.
At the very least, I will let you know how that goes when I find out.
Yes, definitely. From the scientific perspective, I'm very interested to see if it works. And from the perspective of someone that wants her to be happy, I also hope it works. And I'm very interested to see what happens.
At the very least, you seem to be a good influence on her. I've seen her becoming a little bit less stiff with deferring to the golem that can't speak yet. She seems to be making more executive decisions now. Prior to visiting the werewolf person before, she was actually starting to place orders for things for the castle. And I don't believe that was her role before, so that's a new initiative for her.
Proud of her.
Perhaps we may not need to bully the golem child as much as we think.
Oh no, I'm gonna.
Oh, well. Alright then.
Can't stop me. Gotta do it.
Though actually, if you could, seeing as you already know the specifications of the new golem, could you pick up some clothing for him? I'm afraid all I have here are clothes for, well, younger women.
I mean, he could still wear those.
He could, but it's up to you.
Get him some fancy new things.
Can make him look quite dapper.
Oh my god. Oh my god, we're gonna go shopping again.
Make him look like a little French young lad.
Can we give him an ascot? We're giving him an ascot.
And a beret.
Oh. Yes.
I'm sure you'll have a lot of fun with that.
We'll be back with souvenirs, don't worry.
Just stay safe.
I mean,
We're doing our best.
we're trying.
Alright.
Alrighty.
Well, we do have at least a couple of allies. Got this Derek guy. We've got the Canadian. What was his name? Crosby.
Crosby.
We've got Crosby here too.
Yeah.
And at the rate that you make friends, you know.
You know. Hey, I could totally befriend Mr. Lupin. It could happen. It could happen. Well, oh my god, wouldn't it be hilarious if it turned out he was like a fan? I think that would be funny.
Who knows?
Ooh, no. Anyway, now that you're done ripping your pajamas in half,
Didn't rip them in half.
completely dissolving them.
I'm going to sleep.
Okay,
Go
good night.
sleep off the rest of this potion and wine.
Get some good rest. Don't hulk out in your sleep, please.
I will try.
Alright.
Oh, maybe I should go for a walk until the potion wears off.
Maybe don't.
Okay.
Okay. Alright, good night! And Penelope's gonna run off into her little part of the suite. And she's gonna stay up, like, working on album lyrics.
Anise just goes to by an open window or something.
By an open window for the starlight.
Yeah, so she can feel like she's not as removed from the outside world. Doesn't feel like she needs to sleep in leaves tonight, but
No gremlin time?
no gremlin time.
Huh. Okay, so you went over and like you actually are opening a window, so you let some air in.
I don't like that you made me clarify that, but Anise is totally doing that, yeah.
I'm
window
just
shut.
working with how Anise works. Like the windows don't open all the way because you're on a higher floor, but
Right.
yeah.
I imagine they've got like the thing where you can kind of tilt them.
Yeah, it's like a slight angled thing. Okay. Um, cool. You do that. Penelope is gonna be writing.
Yep.
Okay. Let's see. I think it's fair to call writing lyrics to be a performance check if you want to see how you feel about what you did.
Hey, roll a performance check. Ugh. Oh no.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
You're like, this
Yeah.
isn't, you know, maximum superstar Penelope, but you feel like you're going in a good direction.
Okay.
Like maybe with some more thought, like the right words will click in the shower or something. But you're
Yeah,
feeling pretty
yeah.
good.
Gosh, I know I'm remembering like the whole drive, almost the whole drive back from your place. We were talking about how funny it would be if some of the things on the album were specifically like "fuck you, Leopold," or you remember that, right?
Yeah.
Or like "the Harvesters suck" or something like that.
Yeah.
Now time for her new concept album. Why the Harvesters are bad.
This 15-part series will explore. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
Oh geez.
Okay. Cool. So Penelope's working on that for a little bit. Anise cracks the window, lies down. Anise can roll a perception check.
Hooray!
Oh, well,
I think I perceived it.
you did. Okay, so as you're lying down in your ripped pajamas, you hear a slight sound over near by the window. Like something is sliding along it.
I'm gonna investigate that.
Okay, you don't need to roll. What you find is a small plastic card with a magnetic strip on the back of it and a number on it. And the number corresponds to the top floor, and it says VIP.
How is it like? Is it okay? Like how? What is going on with the card? Is it being like lowered by a string?
And it
or-
was apparently slipped through the window, since it pops outward and opens up, so things can just theoretically, if someone somehow is on the other side, they could drop it through.
I'm gonna look around the window, see if I see anything or anyone.
Okay, so because you nat 20 the perception, I'm going to let that carry over. As you look out and look up, you see someone shimmying up along the flat plane of the side of the building, perpendicular to it, like they're just running on a wall. But they're going really, really, really fast, and like occasionally looking over their shoulder. And you know who it is. He's got a scarf. But when he sees you poking out, he just runs even faster. Like he thinks he can somehow outrun you noticing him. And then when he gets to the top of the building, he disappears over the top.
I check the time and I'm like, half an hour strength potion.
It's true.
And I have killed Lauren. I'll take the card and just kind of stare at it. And be like, Penelope's not the only one that can make ice. I think I will take that walk.
Oh, okay.
I'll be back later.
Have fun. Be safe. Text me if you get in trouble.
Oh, right. I probably should take my phone.
Okay, so are you going in your ripped pajamas?
I'll turn to Hemlock and be like, stay here, please. And yeah, I'll just go in my ripped pajamas up to the room, or Annis will.
Well, the key does work. It lets you go to the top floor in the elevator. So you ride the elevator up, you get to the top. Like it does make you use the card to access the floor. It is clearly restricted. Um,
IP.
which, Annis thankfully can figure out. Like she's understands this.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
so most of the other floors are, like normal hallways where you go down a hall and then you enter a room. But the top floor actually opens up into the middle of a very large room that spreads the entire top floor. It feels more like a penthouse.
Interesting. So there's not like a door or anything. You just walk out of the elevator and you're in this giant suite.
Yeah, the elevator seems to open up into like a foyer type place in the middle. And then, looking around like directly ahead of you as you step out, it's sort of facing off towards a giant bay window, much, much larger than the one you have down there. Like you can see a lot more. You can see the city skyline through it. If you look off to the sides, there's like actually a real kitchen to your right, and off to the left, you can see a nice living room area, and then there's some hallways. But it feels a lot more like you're in a house or a penthouse than in a hotel at this point. You don't see anyone yet. You just see the room.
Gonna kind of stand there awkwardly, looking around. Might make like a check of some kind to make sure she doesn't think she's in danger. What would that be?
Danger check.
Like you're looking for danger, so I guess just another perception check. You don't see any immediate threats. Like you can actually hear snoring coming from down one of the hallways. But otherwise you don't really hear any noise.
Gonna
Okay, so when you do that, you still hear the snoring. Like that's not anywhere nearby. But when you do that, you see someone trying to be all strategic and Batman-y and just sort of appear behind one of the so like the kitchen has one of the bar things in it where there's like a sides of the wall going down and then the opening for the bar. You see someone shimmy across from behind there like they're trying to get in position to be closer. But when you go, you catch them off guard, and he like sort of freezes just for a second, and then he keeps going, like he's all stealthy. And then he appears on the other end of the room, doing that thing that you saw him do when you were fighting. And yep, it is Derek Jones, hero of justice, with 2 wine glasses and a bottle.
Oh. When I drank the wine earlier, did it interact with the strength potion?
Not that you could tell.
Okay. Annis will just kind of stand there politely and wait for him to do things because clearly it's making him happy to be able to be all flashy like this.
I see you heeded the call of justice.
Don't make me regret this, please.
Okay, so like I'm gonna be real with you. I'm not really a superhero. I'm just trying to impress you. Feels better to get that off my chest. I know. I clearly convinced you, and I'm sorry if I've let you down. It's just you were so cool, and I wanted to help, and
You did help. And since we're being honest, these muscles are not real. They're a product of a potion, which is going to wear off in about 25 minutes.
huh. So you're like a super intelligent scientist superhero who still fights with muscles?
I brew potions. Sometimes I drink them. Have you ever heard of a druid?
Oh yeah, sure. My He sort of points at his ears. Yeah, my grandmother was a druid. Um, this all makes a lot of sense. That makes sense. Yeah.
Anise is just nodding.
Yeah, like if I'm being honest with you, I understandably with the ears and everything, I didn't really grow up with a lot of normal people. So my family is very well to do. Like having longer lifespans makes capitalizing on a relatively new country somewhat easier. So, they wanted to keep me aside from like all the normal kids until I learned how to properly conceal my ears. So they just gave me a lot of books to read when I was growing up. And, well, those books were about people that made the world a better place. So I thought, why don't I give that a shot? So that's my story.
Oh, quite admirable of you.
Well, I was never really good at the magecraft thing, so I decided to work out instead. So, would you like a drink?
Yes, absolutely.
Excellent, excellent. So, like he shows you over to a couch in front of the giant window, looking over towards the skyline and the stars. You're actually pretty high up. This is a tall hotel, so you can see a little bit more. Like there's tons of light pollution because you're in Paris, but you can see better than you could from your room. Yeah, I grew up a bit out in the. It was a nice house, obviously, but my grandmother always complained about the cities being too cut off from nature, and I think I understand that a bit more now. Me, I just want to go where people are. I get bored with it.
I understand about the cities being cut off of nature. Definitely. I'm based out of London, but I grew up in the wilderness.
Oh, that's cool.
I've only just recently learned about these phones. My friend is teaching me. She's just kind of gesturing with her flip phone.
Oh, yeah, yeah. So I'm in kind of a weird spot where because I was living like away from people, I kind of learned how to do some of this stuff, but mostly I, you know, rely on, and he sort of tilts his head in the direction of the snoring. I rely on other people to help me figure those things out. Not really had much of a social life, so I haven't had much of a need for phones. Like my family doesn't use them. By and large, they're still very old school. They send birds and messages to each other.
Oh, yes, I know all about that.
Was that your bird earlier, by the way? It seemed to really catch their attention.
Oh, yes, that was my bird.
That was pretty cool. I appreciate that you've enlisted a bird in, the battle against kidnappers and criminals.
Anise is trying so hard not to laugh. She just kind of drinks.
Yeah, that's fair.
His name is Hemlock. He's a very special bird. Very special.
It looked like it.
Smash cut to the room. Penelope is like feeding Hemlock candy.
Hemlock is loving it.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Spoiling this bird. He's gonna be too fat to fly if you keep doing that.
At least it's not the chocolate covered espresso bean.
Oh, that'd be bad. Don't do that.
No, Penelope. Don't feed him after midnight.
But he was so cute.
So, if you don't mind my asking, what did the Lupin guy take from you?
Well, nothing from me personally. We're here on behalf of a friend to retrieve a family heirloom. And also because this is a quite interesting situation.
Yeah, it seems like he's taken things from a lot of people over time. Like I tried to do a little preparation before I got here, so I did you know there's an anime about him?
What is an anime?
Oh,
It's like
It's an animation. It's like moving picture cartoons. Yeah, I think it's about one of his ancestors. If it's at all accurate, he is a master of disguise and technology.
What did you roll?
I was rolling to see if Penelope watched anime.
Oh.
She's a fucking weeb.
Oh dear.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
But yeah, beyond that, I also like read some of the stories about the first one. I don't know how much of that's real or not, but it's quite.
Okay.
What was that?
I feel like Anise would know what manga is, but not anime. Probably. Like she knows what
I mean,
well,
she has comic books.
that's true. Well, I don't know that I don't watch a lot of films or animations, but I think I have read about him. I assumed it was a fictional account on account of the fact that it was a comic book. A weird backwards comic book in English. It was very weird.
Yeah, that gets pretty strange. I think it's a Japan thing. But
Just quack.
regardless, if he's anything like the fictional versions of him, probably planning something weird, and that's why I'm suspicious. Like
Oh, absolutely. This is 100% a trap, but if we can retrieve the heirloom, then that will be fun, and if we can see how things go down, that will also be fun.
yeah, like my mindset is largely that he took something that was mine and I'd like it back, but also if he's up to no good, I can't stand the thought of other people being tricked into it and then not having someone there to help them. So,
Well, oh, excuse me, sorry.
it's okay. It's the wine. It's fine.
We've got a couple people on the inside. This is strong wine. We've got a couple people on the inside as well, but mainly we're here to retrieve that heirloom and see what happens. Perhaps we can help each other in that regard.
That does sound like a very beneficial team up situation. I would be happy to help as long as you're on the up and up and everyone's working for general justice and the greater good. The mage community is not known for that, so it's nice to see people actually helping someone out rather than just looking out for their own.
Well, I mean, we didn't set out to become heroes of justice, but I mean, certainly not a bad title to have.
I think it's a noble goal.
True. What? Who said that?
You, just now.
Sorry. What?
So, you said you've got about 13 more minutes of muscles?
Around that, yes.
Do you want to...
phone goes off.
No,
There's a text.
Anise ignores it.
No.
Do you want to do something with that?
No, probably just Penelope wondering where I am. It's fine, I'll get to it later. And she just chugs the rest of the wine in her glass and grabs the wine and pours more.
Oh, okay. Well, how would you like to spend the next 13 minutes?
Fade to black.
Fair enough.
No, Anise just gives him a wink and then it fades to black.
That's fair. We'll let the audience decide if they're sparring or doing something else.
Well, Penelope says like
Same-
5 more texts.
Same kind of noises?
Hey.
Hey.
Ugh. 20 texts later.
Is he disappointed when the potion wears off?
Okay, so we're going to cut ahead a little bit in time to after Penelope's been texting for a little while and not getting replies.
Oh no. All you know is it's the top floor.
You know it's the top floor and you don't have a key.
Ugh. Jameson, I think she's dead.
He's asleep. Are you waking him up?
No.
Okay.
So be nice to your manager.
She's gonna leave a little note on his bedside table
He
that
slept
says,
on the floor of the
No.
cowboy place. You can be nice to him.
just leaves a little note on his bedside table just in case that says, "Be right back. Call me if I'm not here." And then she just heads for the elevator.
Okay. So yeah, you call an elevator. Are you punching numbers?
Can I reach the numbers?
Um, yeah, you're 4 feet tall. You can reach all the numbers.
Okay.
So yeah, you can do that. It's not letting the button is not lighting up when you push it, and you see a card scanner, and you remember you had to scan to go to your floor earlier with your room key.
Oh no. Hmm. I swipe my card and then push the button.
It doesn't light up.
Hmm. I mean, she's probably fine. Okay.
Well, do you have any reason to suspect that she went to the top floor?
She knows. She's the one who gave us the information that it was the top floor.
That's fair.
She doesn't know that Anise has a card though.
Yeah.
All Anna said was she was going for a walk until the potion wore off.
Yeah.
She's probably not there. I'm just gonna go back to the room.
Okay.
No, actually, hold on. I'm gonna go down to the lobby first.
Okay.
After making myself look like a foot taller again, I'm gonna go up to the front desk. Excusez-moi. Really?
Yes, of course, madame.
Yeah, if you see someone who... Did a friend of mine walk through the lobby earlier? She's like a little taller than me, like maybe, and she like gestures like roughly how tall Anise would be. Has like brown hair, blue eyes, green eyes. I don't remember. I'm a bad friend. Shit. Wears glasses.
Shredded.
She's wearing some pajamas that have seen better days.
Oh wow.
Oh, no, madame, we do not have anyone who has come through in pajamas. It's been very quiet since it is late.
Well, if you see her, could you perhaps give me a call in my room?
No, sure, madame. Which room are you in?
I'm gonna assume that the suite is just all one room number, but
Yeah.
it's just like ABC. Yeah, I'm in suite 401 in room in room B specifically.
Of course, madame. Of course.
Okay, thank you. Just goes back upstairs. Goes to the room. And sits in like the main like sitting area where the couches are.
Okay.
Where I assume Perrin is just passed the fuck out.
Yeah.
I just wait.
He walked to Paris. Like.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're heading back in.
Snoozy noises.
Wait. Yeah. Hold on. She's gonna pick up Hemlock and just sit him in her lap and just pet him like a cat.
Okay.
Can I do that? Hold on. Yeah.
It's up to.
It's up to Hemlock.
Yeah, we don't have animal handling anymore. Oh, we do. Roll animal handling. Hey.
Hey, I'm gonna roll animal handling.
It doesn't matter because Hemlock trusts you. So
Then
he's
that's
just
fine.
gonna-
You're also the boss of Hemlock's behavior, so yeah, it's
We're
fine.
gonna the fact that I just rolled a thing.
Hemlock trusts you, and he's also a slut for pets, and you're probably still
yay.
feeding him candy.
You have been
I'm not-
feeding him.
But she's just gonna sit there and like pet him.
Okay.
He might be a little disgruntled about being removed from his nest, but it's fine.
Okay. In that case, Anise, roll a Constitution check.
Oh no. Oh boy, okay. What's that? Consequences?
Okay, so regardless of what your plans might have been before, you pass out.
Oh no.
You had a good time and you just go to sleep. So you're not coming back until you wake up. Hey, Penelope, good morning.
Literally, Penelope's just gonna fall asleep on the couch.
That's
Cuddle
true.
with a bird.
Oh, and Anise is very hard to wake up in the morning.
Yes, she is. That's what the con check was for. It was determining, one, if you fell asleep there, and two, how easy it would be to wake you up. But you had a nice night. You still get the benefits of a long rest.
Yay!
Hey.
So, good morning.
Everybody long rest.
We got 200 XP!
Cool.
I don't know why it thinks... Okay, sure, why not?
I need to check out spells.
That's true, you get to pick your spells. Like, keeping in mind that your Lupin party is tonight. So...
Lupin party is tonight. So we're meeting Lupin earlier in the day, and then the Lupin party is...
Yeah, you're going to be meeting Lupin around, like, 4 p.m. So it's like afternoon. And then you'll have a little bit of time before the party itself, which will be enough for us to say you can get another long rest in if something happens to you earlier in the day.
I think I'm Flame Blade.
I like the idea that you wake up from your night and you're like, of course, I have to pick spells. And he's just sitting there staring at you.
And I'm just out.
Oh.
And Anise is just like groggy and doesn't even like register that she's not in this suite or anything. Maybe I need person today. Wait, perhaps person instead of Flame Blade.
Oh my god.
Possibility, yes, definitely. Hold person, yes, definitely.
Oh my god.
Spider climb, yes.
Okay, so while you're doing that,
Mumbling.
Derek brings you 2 plates, and he signifies that they're breakfast. And that one of them, which looks much nicer than the other one, is the one that his butler prepared for you. And the other one is the one where he tried to prepare one for you, and it's okay.
Aww.
He's letting you pick which one you want to eat.
I have dice for a reason.
But what does a D4 mean?
I don't know. I thought I knew. All right, she's just going to. She's very groggy, and she's just going to reach out and grab the plate that looks a little bit better and slide it towards herself.
Okay, not a problem.
I'm touched that you tried, though. I'll have to cook something for you sometime, I think. God, that made me actually yawn.
You're getting in character.
Ah! So maybe I should... Ice knife? No. I don't need an ice knife. This doesn't seem like an ice knife situation as she's eating. Do you have any coffee?
Yeah, I'll get it right now. Like, he seems to be super happy with non-muscle Anise as well. So,
Aww.
Yep, he's... do you want it black? Do you want sugar, cream?
Is that about how Anna takes her coffee?
Character decisions.
Black. Black.
All right, we'll do. And he scurries away to do that. Like, you're seeing the benefits of actually having a functioning kitchen in your hotel room. Meanwhile, Penelope wakes up. Actually, Penelope probably woke up a little bit before this, being Penelope.
Mm-hmm.
She's still on the couch.
You're just sitting on the couch with the bird?
Yeah.
Okay, at some point in the night, the bird migrated over to the nest.
Yeah.
But you wake up before the the rest of your group, being Penelope is generally a light sleeper, per precedent.
Mm-hmm.
So, you wake up. You don't have to pick spells. You're a bard.
Heck yeah.
So you're awake. Your phone does have one message. It is a reply from Vivi, who you messaged before the events of yesterday.
Yep.
You messaged about thinking you might have found something out about the teacher, and Vivi's like, "Okay, do you want to meet up?" It's a very short message.
Yeah, are you in Paris? She replies.
Okay, a few minutes go by. I can be.
Alright, cool. I'm here for the next couple of days. I have a meeting later this afternoon and a gig tonight, but and just since that.
Okay. Sure, I can probably get there by tomorrow.
Cool. See you in the morning.
Okay.
Yeah!
Get to meet up with your friend at who knows how many game sessions from now.
Yay, friend!
Fun times.
Yay, friend!
Hey, friend.
Seeing that was the only message she saw.
Yeah,
prior
that's
to
true.
that exchange.
This is before the point where messages told you whether or not they were read or seen. So
That's right.
you don't actually know. You know that they didn't come back with an error that the number couldn't be reached, but other than that, you don't know.
Okay, so she's gonna get up and go over to the room that Anise was supposed to be sleeping in, and like knocks on the door.
There is no answer.
She's gonna try the door handle.
It
was
is.
probably not locked.
It's
I
not
don't think
locked.
I would've-
I don't think
Yeah,
you would have
okay.
been able to lock it when you're not in it in a hotel.
That's fair. Yeah.
She opens the door.
Okay. Do a perception check.
Perception check. Where? Oh, ow, fuck. Okay, hold on. Oh, there it is.
And this is before Anise wakes up. Okay.
It's a 19, which makes it a 20.
It's true.
Nice.
You notice that the window is open.
Did she climb out the fucking window?
No, like she
No,
said.
no. That's
Oh.
what Penelope is saying out loud. Like, she's not here, and she didn't leave out the lobby, so she must have climbed out. No, what? What? No, because I saw her leave the room. Why the window? She's gonna try and look out the window to see if she sees anything.
You see Paris. You don't see too much. As part of your perception check, though, you also notice that like all of Anis's non-pajama clothes are where they would be. She didn't seem to bring those. Her staff is still here.
Oh no. Okay, she might be dead.
Should have left the phone. That would have been funnier.
Oh.
Anyway, but I didn't. I did take it.
Yeah.
Kind of sighs and sends another text is like, "Are you okay?" in like all caps and like 20 question marks.
This is still before Anise woke up.
This is probably a little bit before Anis woke up, just due to how Anis
Okay.
works.
Yeah.
All right,
Maybe like the ping of the cell phone will woke her up, sort of, or at least.
Actually, this is an important question. Penelope, you set up Anis's phone. Does she have a ringtone, or does it go vrr?
I mean, it does have a ringtone, but it's a very generic like.
Did-a-doo-doo, did-a-doo-doo, did-a-doo-doo-doo.
Well, except whatever the text noise would be.
Yeah.
Right.
Probably would have been like a ping.
Bing.
Yeah.
Like a Mario coin or something.
Or they're like, beep, beep.
And that's still such a new sound that probably shunts Anise out of being asleep at least.
Yeah.
Starts the wake up process.
Okay, so Anis wakes up as the Big Spoon and slowly comes to terms with the world around her right now. And upon doing that, Derek gets up and goes and starts making breakfast. And you are now sitting here with your phone as you're considering your spells for the day.
It's not until she has a couple sips of coffee that she even realizes the phone. And
Since she doesn't get a somewhat immediate reply, well, not immediate, but since she doesn't get a reply, I assume quickly, Penelope's just gonna go over and like knock on Jameson's door. Jameson,
Yes? Yes?
we have a problem.
Oh no, did the Hobbs just come back?
No, I don't know. Anise is missing.
She's missing. Oh no.
Yeah, no, I went to check and see where. Like, she never came back from her walk last night. No one saw her go through the lobby.
I'm making.
The window is open. She's not responded to any of my texts. Oh God, what if they got her, Jameson?
I'm over here in real life making air quotes and mouthing the word walk. Like, walk.
Like, what if she's dead? What? Oh God.
There was some physical exertion.
Oh my God. Like, she's. What do we do?
Oh,
She's like flustered.
have you tried actually calling her phone?
No, I've just been texting. I'll call her right. Oh my God. This is why I pay you so well. She just like quickly dials the number.
Okay,
It's right
whatever ringtone you set up is the one that's ringing.
Anise just now realizes that she left, didn't come back, hasn't responded to any of the texts, and she's just like, Penelope's so mad at me. She just kind of opens the phone very slowly and puts it to her ear and goes, "Hello, Penelope? Yes, I'm alive.
Okay. She's alive. Oh my God. Oh my God. Are you okay?
Yes, so I'm very
Did
okay.
get you? Do I need to go kill someone?
No.
Who am I killing?
Nobody.
Are you sure?
It's
Because like
fine.
I went to check. Like I didn't.
I'm,
Nobody saw you in the lobby, and like the window was open, and I was worried, and you weren't in your room, and you didn't answer my text. And I stayed up for quite a while to see like if you were gonna come back, and you never came back. And then I fell asleep on the couch cuddling Hemlock, and then I fed him candy.
What?
And
After midnight?
I was stressed, okay? And then she's just like going on and on and on and on, just but like, are you okay?
Yes, I'm very okay.
Okay, where are you?
Top floor.
Oh, just hangs up. Are you fucking kidding me? Calls her back.
I should have left a note. I'm sorry.
Are you fucking kidding me?
I passed out, and you know how I am in the morning. It's very hard for me to wake up.
But why did you pass out up there?
She just closes the phone. She just ignores the call.
Oh my God.
Or no, wait, no. Hang on. I don't know if she ignores the call or not. She doesn't know how to ignore the call, so she answers again. Yes, Penelope.
Do I need to kill him?
No. Please
Are you
don't.
sure?
Yes.
I'm gonna do it.
Don't.
If you need me to.
No.
I'm gonna come up to that. Well, I can't come up to the top floor because apparently the button doesn't work. I don't know.
Yes, you need a card to get to the top floor.
How did you get up there?
So I opened the window.
Uh-huh.
The card was dropped through the window. And so I took the card, went up to the top floor.
You better be glad I'm a bard, not a barbarian. Do I need to come and murder a man?
No, please don't. I've made us an ally for the party in case things go south. He's very on our side now.
I'm hanging up. I will be going to the occult shop in approximately an hour if you want to meet me there. And hangs up.
Well, all right then.
All right.
Sorry, like I look over at the Lancer gif is just like perfect for this kitchen.
The Lancer gif?
Huh?
The Lancer gif?
Yeah, the one where he's just like, yes!
That's amazing.
In the chat.
The sleeping Psyduck is also pretty appropriate. It's on our huge TV.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Oh my god.
Well,
Right.
we've kept our Type Moon roots, everybody. We did it.
Yay! It wasn't a mana transfer.
Oh.
It's true.
So yeah, Penelope's gonna get dressed. And is gonna... Oh shit, Perrin's still there. Well, I guess she's gonna get him set up with the taxi, and then she's gonna go to the occult shop above the cafe.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to get him set up with a taxi. Like, you have to get an address out of him, which he does know. Like, he's not that disconnected from the world. But yeah, Jameson helps make the arrangements. So, not too much trouble there. He says thank you for, helping him again. And then he is on his way.
Before he leaves, she gives him a copy of her CD.
Can he even play it?
I don't know, but she gave him one.
Cool.
He's gotta have more fans. It's fine.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it. And also, I just have to say how much I appreciate how confident you are to walk around among the big people all the time. I mean, I know you're a giant, but still, for those small of us, we really appreciate that you're sticking up for us.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully it'll be safer for everybody to walk around one day.
That would be nice.
Yeah. Well, if you're ever in London, or not London, shit, I don't live in London.
I live in London.
If you're ever in Oxford, come say hello.
I'll keep an eye out for you, sure.
Cool, yay! He's on his way.
Yep, sends him on his way. He is now safely in a cab and on his way out of town, and you've probably saved him a lot of walking.
And also his life. He turned into a weird Lucky Charm.
That's true.
After me, Lucky Charm.
Yeah, once you and Jameson get him in the cab, the cab driver sort of leans out towards Jameson as you're saying your goodbyes and says, "Don't worry, I'll get the kid there safe."
He's not a kid, he's an adult.
He's like 40.
It's the curse of being a halfling in a big people world.
She's like married and has 7 kids, does his taxes, has a pension plan.
Fought in the war, you don't know.
Fought in the war? Oh no!
Penelope is very quick to correct him, though. It's just like, I heard that, he's not a child.
He sort of laughs at that, and then on they go. Okay, so as the cab runs off, Penelope gets another text. This one letting her know that the clothing that she ordered the day before is ready for pickup.
Slight detour. We're gonna go pick this up, and then we'll go to the shop.
Is the occult shop where we're meeting Lupin, or you just wanted to go there?
I mean, it's above the cafe where she's meeting Lupin.
Okay,
so.
okay.
You're just heading there first.
Yeah.
Okay, are you waiting for Anise?
Well, now she's gonna go to the clothing shop first.
Okay.
And is gonna send Anise a text to be like, making another stop. If you're still meeting me at the occult shop, it's gonna be an extra 30 minutes or so.
An extra 30 minutes, you say?
Don't be nasty.
I genuinely love that the bard and the druid have basically swapped positions on this one thing. This is amazing.
I mean, I'm entertained by all of this as the spectator.
She's like, I'm picking up your dress that I'm paying for. See you soon.
Penelope is so judgy.
Well, she's not judgy. She's just very
Anise can
angry.
feel the malice coming out of the phone. Like, this is...
I mean, she's just waiting and worried, and
I should do something about this.
she's not judging. Just worried.
Okay. So, I guess I'll ask the question of when is Anise gonna leave?
Well, it takes her a while to get through breakfast and coffee.
Uh-huh.
And then she's just like awkwardly like, I just say, see you later, leave, or what do I do here? Eddie's not very good with phones either.
401, right?
now?
401, right?
401. Yeah.
Okay, well then I'll see you there, and then we can go to the party together.
Yes, sounds good. Sure you have plans for the day, and I have, gotta go.
Damage
Hey,
control.
yes, damage. I gotta do some damage control here.
Is everything okay?
My friend was very worried that I didn't at least let her know where I was. But it'll be fine.
It sounds like you've got a good friend.
Hopefully, yes. And then like the text comes in that's like making a detour extra 30 minutes. I'm like, I do have an extra 30 minutes now.
Oh, with the follow-up text, don't be nasty.
Never mind, I should go. Look for
Right,
you
well,
at the party.
I'll see you then.
And then she just kind of leaves.
You can hang on to the card.
Oh. Thank you for the breakfast and the coffee.
Thank you for the company.
She goes onto the elevator and waves and yeah,
You have successfully boarded the elevator.
cool.
Proud of
Yeah, no, she goes downstairs to her room, puts
Okay.
on her normal outfit.
As you're taking the elevator down, it's one of those elevators that has the shiny metal going through the corners, so that it's kind of reflective slightly. And you can see exactly how much you've torn your pajamas now that you're back in your normal size Anise body.
I believe these are beyond even Kwaku. Well, maybe I can pick up some more pajamas here. Favorite.
You successfully return to the room.
Yep, puts on her normal outfit, gets Hemlock, realizes her phone is gonna run out of battery and leaves it charging. This is the choice I'm making. But she knows how to get to the cafe.
Yeah, it's really not far away. Like,
So she,
for the most part, the place with this hotel seems to be nearby all of the relevant destinations. Like, you're in Little Mage Town and they don't even know it.
Little mage.
yep, she's just gonna make her way on over to the cafe. Nothing bad will happen.
Okay. And Penelope, you have no issues picking up the clothes.
Yay. Cool. All right.
Okay.
Cafe then. Whoa.
To the cafe?
To the cafe.
Okie dokie.
Are there like shops, any kind of shops on the way? Like just like a random souvenir place or something?
Oh yeah, like this is super touristy. Like the map that I pulled up before, which was showing you like the more sketchy part, was distinctly just over the town line. The area more immediately where you are now is much, much nicer. Like you can just see the gentrification line. And that was what you crossed when you ran into the Harvester people.
Gotcha. So Anise is gonna duck into a little souvenir shop and look for something that Penelope would like, and probably also something that Kwaku would like, and Echo.
Okay. Roll investigation.
She's mainly like, maybe if I get her something, it'll be fine. Investigation. Oh boy. Okay.
Oh,
That's a natural one.
No, Shelly.
Just so thrown off by all the French that she can't read.
It's true. You find looking around in the local souvenir shops a lot of things that are very generic. I Heart Paris, Eiffel Towers, like pretty standard fare. The kind of stuff you would find in an airport or a bus terminal. Nothing really unique or local.
This is all terrible. All right. Well, tried.
A for effort.
She just leaves the little shop without buying anything.
That is fair. Okay. So, assuming no one makes any weird detours, you do about sync up your arrival at the cafe.
Ooh, can I leave for just a second
Go for it.
No,
for a bio break?
you're
That's fair.
trapped here forever.
No.
Yes,
No.
yes.
I'll start sharing some pictures while you do that.
Oh, it's so cute. Cute little cafe. I swear I've seen this cafe before.
It's possible.
I mean, is it in the background? It
Yeah,
is.
it is.
I mean, like, it just reminds me of a cafe I've been in.
So, I pulled this cafe imagery from there's an architecture website,
Oh.
and it has a bunch of mock-ups of different designs for different kinds of businesses. So I figured that was relatively safe to use as a base for online things. I'll put a link back to it when I post it to YouTube because I always do that for any assets I use. But
Yeah.
I didn't take this from like a real cafe, so I don't think anyone's really gonna be that worried.
It kind of reminds me of like a hybrid of a Starbucks and one of those, like a generic coffee shop.
Yeah, like the kind of places you run into when you're going a few blocks away from the convention center and you find generic local place with a pun
Yeah.
name. Yeah.
Cute.
Okay, and so I'm gonna have that up, but also
Oh, snap.
let's do this thing.
Ah.
It's that
Oh,
same
no.
cafe, but from above.
Oh. Okay. Ah, good. There is a restaurant.
It's true. It's important to plan for these things, and I'm gonna start dragging tokens onto it so you can choose where you want to sit.
I mean, hey, the last time that there was a bathroom on a map, we had contact with the spider that led us to Fraps and Kwaku, so bathrooms are important.
Hey, the saloon had a bathroom.
Huh?
The saloon had a bathroom.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
I think you also used disguise self to send a selfie to the
Yeah, I
harvester
did.
boss.
I totally did.
Which is a
Anyway,
lot more fun. All right, and
because we were gonna go upstairs to the shop.
I think you should be able to walk around now.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have access. I'm assuming, since you said that you were bringing Hemlock, that if you want, I can add Hemlock to the map. Otherwise, I will assume Hemlock is outside looking for food.
Oh yeah.
But
he's invisible so that he doesn't scare the locals or attract attention. But
That's
yeah,
fair.
He's really scavenging.
Okay, so you see the cafe. Just in case you were looking in, you're gonna go upstairs, but I wanted to give you an idea of what it looked like.
Okay.
Crowd of people. Fun times. This is one of those things where like the entrance to the above floor is actually outside. Like you walk up a metal stairway to get up to it. But yeah, there you go. You got a cafe waiting for you downstairs.
Cool.
Cool, cute. So upstairs. Going up the stairs, the both of you. Well, first of all, do the two of you want to have an interaction before you go inside? So you're running into each other on the street.
Yep.
I don't want to deprive you of that if that's something you want to do.
Yep.
Good morning, Penelope.
Hello. Are you okay?
I am, like I said, more than okay.
Are you safe?
Mm-hmm.
Did you enjoy yourself last night? I don't want details, but did you enjoy yourself?
Do you want me to answer that?
Do I need to murder a man?
No.
Okay. Then, are you safe? Are you happy?
Yes.
Okay.
Should have left a note.
You should have.
Or answered a text.
You should have answered all 20 of them.
Yes.
Or maybe the phone the first time. Wait, no, you did answer that. Never mind. Ignore me. But yeah, it's just just might have been a smidge worried, maybe.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, the next time you decide to go for a walk after we get attacked and then disappear and nobody has seen you, maybe it's a text or two.
Yes.
Let's go to this occult shop.
Yes.
All right, cool. And then she just like immediately perks back up and then starts heading up the stairs.
All right.
And it's just like stays down at the bottom of the stairs for a second and then just follows her.
Well, hold on.
Okay. So yeah,
I have a high intimidation.
You do.
Wait, can I roll intimidation?
You can.
I'm gonna roll intimidation. Oh.
Well, what do I roll to resist?
Against intimidation.
Yeah.
I'd say that if it's straight up like a force of will and pressure, then you could do a charisma saving throw.
Oh, good. I'm so good at charisma.
Well,
Still got a higher number.
you did.
You can choose whether or not you're intimidated.
But you understand that she means this. That's the
Yeah.
important part.
Yeah. And this is just like intimidating. Oh well, and just walks up and follows her.
Are you coming along?
Yes.
All right. Like looks at her shoulder. All right, then goes through the door.
Oh, Anise is more awake than you have seen her in a very long time, by the way.
Gross.
Awaken that special afterglow kind of way.
I meant more like because you're intimidating the shit out of her.
Got it.
Gross.
But also that.
Well, I was replying to the tone that she put on it, but yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna have a good day. It's gonna be great.
Yeah, so
Smiling. Maybe a little more so than normal.
okay, so on the floor above, you find it is an occult shop. It oddly enough, like unlike the previous one that you went to in Germany, which is like a bookstore that happened to have a mage person in it, this is like a legit, almost over the top occult shop. It feels almost like a Halloween store with a level of stuff in it. It also has a woman who looks like she probably would fit in pretty well at a Hot Topic, sitting behind the desk. But the inside of this one has way more variety of things, like everything from Ouija boards and tarot decks to wands, like those little like magnet sphere things where you put your finger on it and like the electricity jumps over to you, which for some reason I can't remember the names of right now. All kinds of stuff like that at the front end. There's also a bunch of books further back. They're all old looking, though you'll have to check closer to see if they seem real or not. There's a bunch of wands. There's a bunch of Harry Potter merchandise, as that is still popular. There's all kinds of stuff. You'll have to go digging around if you want to look for anything in particular. There are also other people in this one. It's not empty.
Penelope is just like making sure her ears are covered. Kind of like adjusting her hair a little bit. There's a lot of people in here.
That's true.
Can I make a perception check?
Yeah, what are you looking for?
Just a general vibe of like what kind of people are in here.
Okay.
Is gonna look and see if literally anything in here is legit or if it's all just like tourist trap kitschy stuff. That would be probably investigation.
Yeah, if you're looking through things and taking them out and inspecting them, it's investigation.
Ooh, I also want to be I know I've already rolled a 12, but I also want to look for like any. Well, I guess that would be investigation. Like looking for any like we found at the other bookshop where there was the sign that was like, "Hey, this is safe."
Oh, so you're specifically looking for the sign that was used to let people know it was safe, or other similar mage imagery.
Yeah.
Yeah, go for it. You can do an investigation for that, and then we'll just take these checks in the order they were rolled. Okay. All right. So on your perception roll, most of the people in here seem to just be tourists. They seem to be pretty normal. Like there's a bunch of teenagers looking at stuff. There's a group that looks like they're maybe a bunch of adults who were bored and are just looking around and picking things up, almost like when you see people being tourists. There's a lot of that going on. You do notice, though, that most of that stuff is at the front end of the shop, and that there are less people further back. And the ones that are further back seem a little bit more eccentric in the not dresses at Hot Topic or, going through their emo phase away so much as their clothes don't quite line up with the present fashion. So that's usually what you can sense when you're picking up from people that don't spend as much time around the modern world. And this is an investigation check. Yeah, most of the stuff at the front is crap. Like, these aren't real magic wands or anything like that. But similarly, as you're wandering through and you get further to the back of the store in the areas that are less well lit, that look like they're marked with things like there's like this little stanchion between the front and the back end, and the stanchion has written on it like it's in French, so you can't really read it, but you get the sense from it and the red font used that there's something restrictive about going past it, but there are plenty of people past it. It's just clearly designating the front versus the back of the store. And some of those people that Penelope was looking at were back there. And Penelope looking through, like, seeing the little sign there, she sort of picks up on... there's a similar symbol to what you saw before, though in the case of this one, it looks more like the arcane symbol for knowledge weaved into a filigree, fluffy little thing. It says something in French.
Can I roll to see if she can understand the sign?
Yeah, you got a book.
Yeah.
Yeah, you want to try looking it up in your book?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, the book just, like, looking it up with the book, it seems to translate roughly, like, you're not entirely sure on the conjugation of the phrasing, but you've pulled out the words like advanced and restricted.
Uh-huh.
So between that and the symbol, you can kind of piece together that this is probably the part that you're actually looking for. And as noted, there are only a few people in the back half of the place.
Now, is it like one of those, like, rope stanchion type things that are, like, that you see in, like, con lines where, like, two poles with, like, a little rope?
Yeah.
Okay.
You could very easily traverse this if you wanted to. Like,
yeah, she's gonna walk under the rope.
You could do that, yeah. It seems to be one of those things that's meant to let people know they've broken a rule when they break it, not actually prevent them from breaking it.
Right. Yeah, she's gonna walk under.
So we'll follow. Not under. Probably just step over it.
You could. Like, it's like when you're in line at a movie theater. Like, it's pretty easy to go over or under these things. It's really just meant to be a separator. So yeah, going past that, now the books are starting to look a little more relevant. Just skimming over the things. You've seen some of these titles before when looking around in other places. Like, a lot of it doesn't really pertain to you because there's a wide variety of schools of magecraft, and most of them don't really align with either one of you. It's a lot of wizardy stuff. Some of those things are stuff that Penelope's kind of familiar with as an arcane mage, but you're not seeing anything that's very directly, this is how you druidcraft. It's got much more flashy verbiage to it. But this is starting to feel a bit more like what you were expecting. And also, you notice that when you cross past this and you look back, it seems like the other people, as they're walking back similar to you, they sort of just subconsciously turn and double back in another direction when they get close to it. And after a moment, you realize that you've stepped into a very, very small misdirection bounded field, which both of you passed the check on, so you were able to notice it at all. It seems to have a very low threshold, which would probably make sense if they're just trying to keep out the muggles.
Ooh. Hmm. Alright, Penelope's gonna look around for books about the Lady of the Lake.
Okay.
We're still riding on that one.
That's fair.
Investigation, I guess? Do I roll a new one?
Yep, you roll a new one. You're in a new place now. Different things to find, different difficulties.
Ooh!
Spicy.
That's a 22.
Very nice. Okay. Yeah, so looking around for that, you find books that, as you thumb through them, they remind you of some of the stuff that you actually saw in the other bookstore. Like, not the naughty ones, but things that are a little bit more grounded. Like, a lot of these are tied to the myth and the mythology of it. And they're written in such a way that, like, it could be useful information, but you don't have any way of confirming it because everyone writes their stuff like they know.
Yeah.
But it's background information. Like, you do see the names of Vivian mentioned at several places. So that's certainly something. You see some other names for her as well mixed in there, and one of them aligns with what you remember her referring to as one of her sisters. So
are the books in French?
no, they're in English.
Oh my god, yeah.
You're in Clock Tower country now. You notice most of these books are in English.
Ah.
Like, that's part of how you could do the investigation at all. You can actually read the spines of these things. There are some that are in French, but most of them are in English. There are a few other languages mixed in, but like a more average bookstore, the foreign language stuff is sort of off to one side. Most of what's available here is in English because it's what most of the mages can read. In fact, while you're doing that, Anise, is there anything that you're looking for?
Books about plants, as usual.
Okay. You can investigate again if you so desire. Nice. Yeah, you definitely find some herbology and herbal magecraft books. Like, yours are a bit more on point because, like, potion making is a tried and true thing. So there have been a lot of hedge books written about it. A lot of things on the way different kinds of magecraft utilize herbs. A lot of stuff on spell components, oddly enough, for the people that rely on those. It's pretty useful there. Like, you get a good sense looking over these. Like, the recipes that you have are more advanced than these, but the stuff that you find here could be really useful for identifying stuff in the future because you know mundane plants. And even some of the things that you found in the Einsburn castle were a bit similar to stuff you know, but you didn't know exactly because these things were extinct. Some of the books that you find in here have a lot of information on what those things actually are and what they were rumored to be capable of back in the past, but no one can really confirm it because they're extinct.
Yay!
Hooray. Cool. So you both found a book on something you like. And Penelope, I'm going to have you roll a perception check in particular.
Okay. God. Oh!
That was so close to a 1.
I know, right? I had a moment where I'm just like, please no.
Right?
Anyway, 19. Hooray.
Nice.
13, hooray.
Excellent. Gonna find you a picture.
Aw, snap.
Do. Oh, that's a portrait picture. That's why it doesn't open. Neat. Remembering how I set some of these things up a while ago. Yeah, so while you're looking around, you overhear someone speaking to presumably another person who works here. It's a woman's voice, and for some reason it sounds familiar to you. Like you've met a lot of people, but this one's standing out a little bit. So you sort of peek around the bookshelf, and when you do, you see this person. And you recognize her from somewhere. You've met her before.
Oh.
So the outfit that she's wearing, the purples and gold with the little green stripe motif and the green tie, you recognize as the outfit typically worn, or at least the colors and the style typically worn by members of the Atlas Institute.
Oh.
And when you see that, and you remember they're the mages that have generally a much lower magecraft potential, very few magic circuits, much shallower family lines. So they're usually shunned out of the clock tower.
Right.
But they make up for that by doing magecraft that integrates an entire different branch of alchemy that's way more akin to modern technology.
Mm-hmm.
They're the ones who know how to do the high-tech mage stuff. And you saw this woman once, a long time ago. She's the one that you saw who made Roombas that she could fly around on in her take on the magic broom.
Oh.
And like you encountered her one of the times when you did have to venture into London on like more like required business than really happy about it, because you usually try to avoid that. But you encountered her on one of your more necessary trips through Mage Society, and you distinctly remember her fussing out someone that you assume was from Clock Tower because she had zero patience for their nonsense, and it stuck out to you as kind of funny.
Yeah.
And then she hopped on her Roomba and flew away, and it stuck out to you because, one, flying is cool in general, and two, she did this in the middle of the day and didn't care.
Right.
Like, nary a fuck was given that day. And so now you're seeing her here, and she is having a very lively conversation with someone who's dressed similar Hot Topic-y to the woman at the front. In fact, she looks exactly like the woman at the front. Like a suspicious, almost clone of the woman at the front. You can't really tell what they're saying from where you're at, but you can see it from across.
I'm gonna try and get a little closer.
Okie dokie.
I'm gonna stealth.
You're gonna stealth? Okay.
I'm gonna stealth.
Alright, bookstore stealth. Rolling big today.
Yeah.
You're all rolling pretty big, give or take waking up. Admittedly, that was the funniest one to not pass.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So yeah, you successfully, as far as you can tell, managed to sneak your way up. Anise, Penelope has entered Pink Panther mode, and she is looming between the bookcases, and she is currently hiding behind what appears to be a giant cauldron that is about her height, and is looking over it at someone.
Well, Anise doesn't want to draw attention to Penelope, so she's gonna look around for any other interesting books there might be.
Okay.
Anything that catches her eye.
That is fair. You find another book on the Knights of the Round Table.
Is this a big enough occult shop where sorry, Shelley decided to put claws in me right then, where there might be like tables to sit down and read?
Yeah, it's kind of tight, but there are a few spots where you can do that.
She'll just sit down and read that Knights of the Round Table book.
Okay. This one is far less pornographic than her last one, unfortunately. but it does have a fair amount of information on Grail quests and the knights themselves and a bunch of the rumors, and actually a few side things about, encounters with the Lady of the Lake and the Sword of Selection and Caliburn, all that fun stuff. So you're getting a little bit of it. This one seems to be a little different from the historical dramas. It spends a bit more time on the Battle of Camlin and Mordred and the Fall of Arthur. Suspiciously little mention of Guinevere throughout. This seems to be one of the variations of the story that doesn't really include a lot of the Lancelot Guinevere. Presumably, whenever this was written, was downplaying that problem. Such is the politics of Arthurian legend.
Hey.
Yep. But okay, yeah, so you've gotten close enough that you can now listen in. And you can hear her complaining. Not super loud, but very direct. So what you mean to tell me is that you haven't seen anything? Anyone, anything interesting? I have trouble believing that. There's no way. Like, a place like this, like, I can't be the only person who's come in here looking for something interesting the last few days. There's got to be someone. Well, I'm sorry, but it's unfortunate that I can't really say. Like, everyone who comes back past that line is interesting. You're going to have to be more specific. Okay, fine. So, like, clock tower people. Like, obviously clock tower people. Snooty people, nobles, nose up in the air, the kind that look down on you. You know the ones. Yes, we get those all the time. This is not going anywhere. Okay. So, have you seen anyone who... What, you have trouble... This is useless. Okay. Specifically, rich-looking, noble people who are looking for items other than normal stuff, looking for anything weird, looking for anything out of the ordinary. I've got a lot of reason to believe there are people here looking for stuff that you wouldn't sell, but who might ask you. I'm sorry, I can't help you with that as a general policy. We respect the privacy of all of our patrons. Okay, different direction. Has Arsene Lupin ever been in your shop? We respect the privacy of all of our patrons. That's not a yes or a no. I'm not going to give you a yes or a no. Okay, fine. Do you have any AA batteries? Excuse me? Yeah, I know, it's dumb, but batteries, do you have them? AA, AAA, D, something? We might have some at the front. All right, thank you. And she seems really frustrated, and she's turning around and sort of walking away.
All right, Penelope's gonna follow her.
To the front?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, she's following.
I mean, with 17 stealth, you can do it.
She's gonna, like, just very subtly just, like, cough into her hand a little bit, like...
At that point, she pauses. And this is, like, just before crossing over the ropes. I assume when you're doing that?
Yeah.
Versus on the side with all the people?
Yeah.
Yep. She pauses and she sort of turns. Penelope, is that you? You're the superstar. Yeah. You're the... Oh, I love you.
Oh.
You piss them off so much. I love it.
Thank you. What?
Well, it's just that there would only be so many halflings that would be back here, but you piss them off. You're splendid.
Thanks.
Are you in Paris because of the Lupin thing?
I was literally about to ask you that.
Yeah, I'm past the point of being subtle with people at this point. They're all playing very thick. Yes, I am also here for that. The bastard took something from Atlas, and they've forced me to go pick it up.
Oh no, did they take the Roomba?
No, that's mine. I'd never let them take that.
Okay, the Roomba was really cool.
Oh, I've got a few now. It's kind of fun.
Oh.
They do a light show.
Oh my god, I want one. I want 5.
They only really work for me right now, but if I can ever figure it out.
Huh.
But yes, like the bastards took something like it's kind of embarrassing. Like you're not supposed to take things from Atlas. Things aren't supposed to leave Atlas.
What did they take?
It's kind of embarrassing, so I'm going to tell you. So, as you know, Atlas has this big thing, and anything built in Atlas doesn't leave Atlas.
Right.
Incredibly big, dangerous weapons that could destroy worlds, that could redo history, all kinds of stupid things. So the security's top notch. Like, no one gets in or out with anything, right?
Right.
So, the thing is, someone stole something. It's like a stick. They took a stick that it's not very powerful. It's not a big deal. But the point is they took it from the desk of the director. What I'm saying is that Arsene Lupin is trolling Atlas. And I have to get it back.
Somebody told us.
Someone told us this. Yeah.
Oh shit.
Kwaku?
Yeah, I think Kwaku.
I think Kwaku was the one who mentioned that this happened once.
Yeah.
Because he was mentioning the fact that Lupin seems to be able to get past bounded fields in all security somehow.
Right, that's right.
Yeah.
He took 10 or maybe? I don't know.
When she says the bit about him taking the stick from the desk, Penelope just starts cracking up.
No, I think it's hilarious, but it is a problem. That I do just enough with Atlas that I have to be here on their behalf to get it back. Like, they weren't going to send anyone else because everyone else was busy. And I don't want to talk about it. But... okay, so I'm being punished.
Oh no, what did you do?
I am not very good at politics. And
Okay.
I've upset people. So I'm being punished and I'm being sent on this kind of job.
Oh, well, I mean, is it really a punishment?
Well, it's a waste of my time. Well, I don't know. It's not entirely a waste. I suppose there's a lot of fun to be had seeing whatever it is that Lupin's up to. Between you and me, I'm kind of hoping that I'll be able to grab something of his, because wouldn't it be cool to steal from the greatest thief?
I mean, that would be kind of badass.
It seems like a worthwhile story. Also, this might be related to why I'm in trouble.
Oh no, what did you do?
I failed to take something else from the desk. Because it seemed like it'd be so easy if Lupin could do it. I got caught. It's actually very difficult. I'm impressed now.
Ugh.
I think that's why they picked me for this, because I seem to have an interest and they thought it would be funny. But yes, I'm going to head home and I'm going to take a nap so that I'll be good and fresh for whatever fresh hell he's put together for us tonight.
Yeah. Okay, so I didn't actually get your name. You know mine.
Oh,
I don't know yours.
oh, of course, it's Catherine. Catherine.
Okay, well, it's nice to meet you.
And you too. It's nice
Your
to meet you in
Roomba is
person.
really cool.
Oh, you should see the other things that I have. Like, I can't show them off here because it's dangerous, but I'll definitely be bringing them tonight because, quite frankly, I don't trust the clock tower mages, and I'm sure they'll be there.
Okay, but can you bring the light show Roombas? Because I kind of, I need those.
I don't leave without them.
Okay, because I'm actually performing at the thing tonight.
Are you
I
going to
could
charm the clock tower mages?
So can you bring the Roombas?
Absolutely.
Okay, cool.
Just let me know when I need to look away or something, because I want to see this and remember it.
Yeah, totally.
Are you going to make them dance?
I can.
You are now.
I am now.
Are you going to make them dance like chickens?
Maybe not that specifically.
Okay, that's fair. They probably wouldn't know how. They've never seen a chicken that wasn't served to them. But yes, absolutely. I'm happy to assist. That sounds incredibly entertaining.
Yeah,
But yes, just as a general warning, the people here are pretty tight-lipped about their other customers, but I actually got here a few days ago, and I've been keeping an eye on things from outside, and
Mhm.
I've definitely seen some mages coming and going. There's a lot of people in town for this.
Yeah, we've run into a few as well.
Seems like a bold choice of his, but I suppose he likes the attention. Um,
I mean, that's valid.
there've been a fair number of clock towers, and also I've been putting some feelers out, and I get the impression that there's a fair number of people from the church here too.
Oh, ugh. All right.
So just,
Gross.
I guess, keep your ears hidden and lay low until the best moment to kick them on their ass.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, you haven't seen a guy from Clock Tower named Richard by any chance, have you?
So like a twat with a pocket watch.
Yeah.
Oh yes, he wandered in here first. It was very funny. I took the liberty of sneaking in and listening to that. He seems to have lost his invitation and thinks someone's going to tell him how to get there, as if any
Yeah,
of us knows.
yeah, I've definitely got his invitation and his coat. So,
Really? Did you take it?
yeah.
That's amazing.
I mean, I did not take it.
Oh, that's hilarious. No, like he seemed to be very upset. He was coming off a bit fanboyish about Lupin and worried that he was going to miss an opportunity to meet him, but he was also a brood brat, so you know.
Yeah, that's the impression I've been getting.
I have to assume that these things are going to somehow tell us how to get there when we get closer to the event, because I have no idea where this event is.
Yeah, I'm not sure either, but like, I mean, I've got a meeting with them later today, so maybe they'll give me more specifics.
You're meeting with the thief yourself?
Yeah.
Maybe don't bring anything you can't afford to lose to that.
That's a good point. I'll bring Richard's coat.
That is funny. Yes, that's good. Well, like I said, I'm going to head off and get my beauty sleep and be wide awake. I would definitely recommend being completely on alert for something that starts at midnight on what I can only assume is intentionally going to be April Fool's Day.
Yeah, yeah. So cool. I will see you there with the Broombas.
Of
Or
course, of course.
you better.
Oh, it'll be quite the show. I'll get them to do a little sky dance for you.
Sweet. Thanks.
Mm-hmm. And She seems to have mellowed out a fair bit after talking to you because she was in a pretty pissy mood before then. But she
Wait,
heads
you
up to
said
the
you needed
front.
batteries, right?
Huh?
You said you needed batteries, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna reach in my bag to hand her a pack of AA batteries.
Do you normally carry those?
I don't know.
That's up to you. Is that the kind of thing that Penelope carries?
Oh God, I maybe. Hold on.
What would her reason be?
For the microphone?
Oh, maybe.
Oh, you might have some for that.
Yeah, would that be battery powdered? Powdered, apparently.
Back in
Uh,
that time.
I mean, really good ones get charged through like lithium ion batteries, but
Yeah.
you, being someone who doesn't have access to a charging dock all the time, would probably also have some that run on batteries. Like,
So maybe she just has like one spare battery in her bag.
yeah. Yeah, you
Look
might
at
have like a little like 6-pack of batteries or something.
Yeah. She's like, would this help?
Oh, yes, that'd be lovely. Thank you.
Sweet.
Are you sure you don't need it for anything?
That should be fine.
Okay. Thank you. And
No
with
problem.
that, she heads on out. So at this point, Penelope has met someone, and behind her, she can see Anise is reading a book.
More allies. She goes up to Anus. What'd you find this time?
Just hold up the book that I'm reading.
Please tell me.
No, this one is sadly much less pornographic.
Sadly.
I mean, this one is there's no porn in it at all. It's a normal book about Arthurian legends, I swear. This one's about plants, of course.
Neat. I ran into somebody who is also going to this party tonight.
Hmm.
I'm wondering if it's really a party at this point.
Who knows?
I assumed it was a party.
I mean, they did
It's
contract you to perform, so it
Yeah.
must be some kind of party.
yeah. I mean, I did kind of bully them into letting me perform
But
a
if
little
it
bit.
wasn't a party, they probably wouldn't let you perform at it.
That's true. But yeah, I got the hookup with some flying Roombas.
What is a Roomba?
It's like a vacuum robot kind of deal. I don't actually know for sure what it is. I mean, I know what a Roomba is, but I don't know what this thing is. But it lights up and it's really cool.
I'll take your word for it.
Trust me, it's gonna be cool.
Okay.
Yay. I don't know. Is there anything else you want to look for over here, or?
I've
that-
got those 2 books. Good.
Yeah, I found like one book.
Yeah, like
don't
just from your general looking around, you didn't see scrolls or wands or anything like that. At most, you found some items that you would put in a spell component pouch if either one of you were the kind of mage that uses those, but
Right.
you're not. So, because your focus is your instrument and her focus is, well, nature. So,
I would like one nature, please.
like, technically she does have spell components, but her spell components are very easy for her to acquire. You will notice while you're looking around in here that similarly in the back corner, like there are some items that might be more relevant for like really expensive magic, but they're within a case. Noticeably, there are a number of gems, some diamonds of varying sizes, and one really big fancy cup that looks very expensive.
I want to look at the big fancy cup.
It looks very expensive. It's a platinum gem encrusted cup that is pretty gaudy, and yet you get the impression that it's the kind of thing that you would use if you were trying to really impress stuck up mages or something like that. It has a very big price tag on it.
How big of a price tag? Does it do anything?
Huh?
So does this thing actually do anything, or is it just fancy?
Right here is.
Like, you could try to find out if it does anything.
What should I roll? Arcana?
You could roll Arcana, but you can't pick it up, so it's kind of hard to look at. It's not like you can sit with it on a long rest to figure it out.
Yeah.
I believe you have an item that might help with this.
Oh god, oh god, oh god. Wand of magic detection!
Yeah.
I'm gonna use it.
Okay. So you're using a charge of Wand of Magic Detection. You can check that off your character sheet.
There it is. Okay. Yeah. Boom.
All right, you did it. Yep. So used up a charge of it. So for how long does it last? 10 minutes in concentration. Neat. So yeah, like sort of waving it around, and you definitely see, there's nothing inherently magical about this cup. It just looks big and fancy. Really none of the gems back. Like, you don't get the sense from just waving it around this room that anything here is magic. Like, nothing has the magic property, but they clearly are used for something by mages. And as someone who is familiar with arcane magic and the existence of divine and nature magic, these are probably things that you would use for higher level magic that get consumed in the process.
Well, I'm good to go.
Okay. So we're good to go there. Then I will call it, because this is a good stopping point, and it lets people who want to jump over to the crit roll epilogue do so.
Yeah.
Hooray. Meeting all those NPCs and getting to know one of them more than even I had expected. Comedy ensues.
Yay!
Hurrah, making relationships.
Allies.
Friendship. Yeah, your
Friendship.
persona goals are ticking up with each of these characters as you meet them. Your Leopold score is very negative.
Justice.
Oh God.
Justice. Yeah. Hero of justice. But cool.
The whole time.
Merlin was watching the whole time.
Do what?
Merlin was watching the whole
You're
time.
Merlin NPC.
Yeah, he does that.
I just happened to look up and be like, oh no.
I mean, admittedly, your bird is also watching all the time.
The bird's not omniscient, and I don't know that for a fact, actually. Well, good night!
Good night, everybody. I will stop the stream and the recording now. And we will probably come back on Thursdays for at least a little bit. So, hooray. I'll update the Twitch calendar.
Great.
Yay.
Yeah.